Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about a term called the felt sense. Now, the felt sense is a sort of term that we use to describe a feeling or a kind of vibe that you get from using specific words or combination of words when you write. Now, when we write, our main tool is the word. So what we want to do is get the correct word to evoke the feeling or emotion that we have in us that wants to be expressed. Now, I would suggest that you go onto a thesaurus and you look up the word that you're trying to define, the feeling that you're trying to define. What we're doing is we're not necessarily going towards the most obvious or simple answer. We want to kind of find the right word, and in order to do that, we need to feel it out. We need to sense it in relation to the whole kind of paragraph or sentence that you're writing. Now, there are many things that you can do aside from getting very specific words, but what I tend to do usually is find a word that not only evokes an image, the specific image that you're thinking of, but also attempt to use the other senses to better envelop the feeling that you're trying to evoke. So basically what we're doing is sort of enchanting the audience. We're enchanting the audience, the reader, with the specific words and the specific rhythm that we use in our writing to sort of hypnotize them, to make them feel engaged with the piece of writing. Now, one thing to always remember is that when we write, there's always a purpose to what we're writing. There's always a theme. And we need to just always remember to keep to the theme, keep to the goal of the sentence or the paragraph that we're writing. We're trying to either invoke a certain emotion or maybe deliver certain information, but there's always a purpose to the sentence or to the paragraph or to this whole story. So in keeping with the theme, we can derive specific words and specific combinations of sentences in order to achieve the desired effect. Now, what I want you to do is find your favorite book and go to your favorite part of that book. And if you start reading, I think you'll notice that what tends to happen is the words evoke our natural instincts to be felt. And what I mean by that is when something's properly described in the correct way, you will start to maybe hear the music of the scene, or you will see the visual images in your mind's eye. You can even smell the possible food that they're describing. They really play with your senses. And so the felt sense is really just how we're feeling as the words come into our mind. Now, as an example, we're going to use the image of a candle to compare words and how they can evoke different images simply by using different words. Now, the first sentence would go something like this. The candle burned a red flame. It's a very simple sentence, but in it we have a color, red, a subject, which is the candle, and kind of its effect, the flame. Now, maybe to us this would be a very simple image, but in order to, let's say, spice up the image or create a more enchanting effect, we would use words that could describe the candle, but also evoke our other senses. Now, in the second sentence, it would be something like this: the candle was burning a warm red. Now, with that sentence, we've replaced the word flame with warm. Now, automatically, when we think of the word warm, we really actually do feel it. We can understand it because we've felt that feeling before. Whereas the word flame gives you a more visual idea, a more visual image. But because we already have the word red, we already have a kind of visual idea of what's happening. So having two senses as opposed to just one, the visual, actually enhances the sentence. Warm and red. Warm red. You don't even need to think about what exactly I'm talking about to imagine fire. So what's really happening is we're kind of covering all the bases of what people understand as fire, rather than just telling them with the obvious word, fire or flame. Now, too many colorful words can actually be a detriment to the sentence. This is the danger of using flamboyant words or, kind of expressive words to describe something. Because on occasion, what we actually want is just to be very direct. So I would say that using this method is great for kind of peppering in, or you can think of it like hot sauce, having a little bit of spice here and there in your words and your sentences. But too much of it actually just confuses and bores the reader, just because you're not getting to the point. A general rule would be something like, the more flamboyant the word is, the more simple you have to keep your sentence. This kind of helps with the clarity of the sentence, and it also helps just to kind of keep you on the point, keep you on the goal of the whole story, basically. Now, this concludes this kind of short summary of the felt sense, and I hope that you guys kind of understand what I'm talking about. It really just is using all your senses, all your instincts to describe a subject matter in a more wholesome way. Because it's wholesome, because we're covering many bases to define something, we are better able to relate to it, because some people are more visual, some people have a better ear, people have different kind of senses that are more developed, and so you can catch more people, you can really bring in more people by catering to their kind of superior sense. Anyways, that's all for now. I'm gonna try to post more videos that are just more informal. Even with this lighting and stuff, it's really nice lighting, and the audio quality, I try to keep it high, but man, it really does slow the whole process down, and I just want to share as much as possible. So hopefully you guys will still watch. It might not be as pretty, but I hope that the information I give you guys might inspire you, or might kind of teach you something that you might not have known. But if you enjoy it, if you enjoy my content, just leave a comment in below and like, subscribe, all that jazz, all that crazy stuff. Just because it's gonna help me out, and it'll let me know that I'm doing a good job with this stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was Alchemical Fire, and I'll see you guys in the next video.